Here we are again. Alright, so let's combine Doge with a human body. I want to just open the image that we have proposed in my downloads folder. They're supposed to be there. And if we look inside there, we have Doge. Here we go. Doge and where's the other guy? So I got to get it again. So save that, save image as. Oh, it's a WP. Okay. So that's not a file that I can actually download. Let's try this and just do this. So I'm going to save image as. Alright, there we go. File format was different. Alright, so let's open this as well. Same guy, this one. Press open. I'm thinking it's done. It's not finished downloading yet, is it? So this one apparently doesn't work. So let's get another image in a business suit of some sort. Suit. And you try to get something big enough because you don't want to be scaling things up or scaling things down too much. So I'll get one in a particular pose. Maybe this one. No, that might shrink. Alright, let's use this one. View image. Save image as. Okay, that's a long name for an image. Whatever. Open up Photoshop. And we have the very same image there. Alright, so we have this. And we have Doge here. Different directions that they're pointing in. One suits this way. So you can always choose. Are you going to leave this one like this? Or are you going to flip the sides? So we go image rotation, flip, canvas, horizontal. So you can choose to do something like that, or you can flip this one. Right? So we have this guy. I'm going to double click on it so I can unlock that layer. Because by default, when you open an image, it's usually locked. And I want to duplicate this layer and hide the first one. Now the main thing we need to do first of all is cutting the head off of this guy. But before I'm going to do that, I'm going to actually just cut out all the white around him. So I simply click on my magic wand tool. I'm going to hold shift to add to my selection. So I might want to get rid of in here and also in here as well as in here. Right? And also out here. And bits and pieces of the hair still show. So I can also do this. Now we have two options. We could also, one of two things you could do, either delete the pixels or you can mask the pixels. If we mask it, it means we can go back and get it later. If we don't mask it, however, it means that we've literally just deleted some pixels. So I'm going to choose to, for now, delete it because I'm not particularly concerned about what the image is going to be doing too much. But it looks like I have done something bad here and I have lost the texture for my arm here. So one thing I'm going to do is subtract that selection holding Alt and just subtract it out so I don't lose it. Right? And we're going to also add to the selection this part here. Hold Shift, click on it. When you hold Shift, you normally see a plus sign. If you hold Alt, you normally see a minus sign. Shift is to add to selection. Alt is to subtract from selection. So because I don't want to make the same mistake I did before, I'm going to mask it out instead. So if I hit mask right now, it's going to cut everything out except the guy. But we want to invert that mask. So press Ctrl I. And you have to just make sure that you're selecting the mask layer itself. This area here. So Ctrl I. And you get that. Right? So let me just get the size of this image. Image size is, height is 650. So I'm just going to work with that and go File, New, do a 1920 by 1080 and just drag this guy over here. It's very small still small. But we have that. I might just shrink the size of the canvas a little later. But we have this, and we also have Doge here. So let's pull Doge over into this new file. And it's really big. So what I'm going to do is just convert both of them to smart objects. So I'll choose right click, convert to smart object, and the same thing for this guy. Right click on the layer's name and convert to smart object. That way I'm preserving as much data as possible. I know this is too large, so I'm going to shrink it and hold shift and alt to scale towards the center of that pivot point. So I'm going to make the head about this big. I think that could work, maybe more. Right? So the first thing we need to do, like I said before, is cut this guy out of his own face. So here's how we do that. 1, select the layer that you want to be on. 2, you can always hit the mask button. 3, choose a brush, or you can even make a selection. I'm going to use the magnetic lasso tool. That way I can get the contrast between the collar and the neck and just create a very sturdy selection right there. I'll just cut him out right here. Get that stuff out of the way. Once I've cleared that neck area, I can just go around as rough as I want and just come back here and meet it at the beginning. Alright, once that's done, I use my fill bucket tool and just fill in here this layer in black, hence cutting his face out. Right, Control D to deselect your layer, and you can always clean up the edges here if you don't like that you're seeing that brown right there. Right, that's really up to you. But as long as you're brushing it out and not erasing it, you should be fine. And then just hold shift and just click. Same here, same here, same here, and same there. Alright? Alright, so we want this dog, we kind of want to cut him out too. So same procedure, right? Just hit the mask button and let's just try to clear out this brown area and use the magic wand tool again. And the contrast there, the similarity between the colors are not so bad. So we're going to do that and add to our selection by holding shift. There might be some areas that because of the blur that was in the picture, the original picture, you might actually go overboard. But you can always come back to your lasso tool and just do a really quick fix there. So I'll just select both of them and see if I can refine my selection. I'm going to hold shift and click on this area. Notice my tolerance is currently, let's select this. My tolerance level here is 10. I'm going to select that, select this, select that, select this, select this. Alright, some of the air we're going to miss because the original picture didn't have the air in there in the first place. So I'm going to invert my selection. I'm just going to do that. So I get this invert my selection just so this shows. And I can always go to select and you have refine edge. Refine edge gives you a preview of how it looks. Then you can always show radius, which we won't, and you can also increase the radius. Depending on your radius increase, you will see that you can see certain areas a little better. Or if you choose to feather it, you can always feather it a little. If you want to increase the contrast between that, you can always do that too. And you can even shift the edge, right, more or less. That's solely up to you. I'll just leave this at 0. Smooth it out a little bit. And I like that because it makes my ear look like it's a complete ear. So I'm going to press OK. And you can choose to remember settings just in case you have to do something like this again. Let's press OK. And it does that. What I'll do now is because I have this there, what I can do is invert my selection, giving me that. Right? So that part is finished, so now out of the way. All I just need to do now is lower the layer and get it to look like this. Now we kind of want to put the head. Is the head too small, you think? Or does it fit? It could be more. It could be bigger maybe. And probably overlap the the color a little bit, right? So let's get the neck to fit inside the color. So there's going to be some warping going on there. So what I'll do first of all is this is already converted to a smart object, but I kind of want to preserve the mask inside it. So I'm going to right click and choose convert to smart object again. Then I'm going to duplicate this layer and I'm going to choose rasterize, where is it? Rasterize layer. That turns it back into pixels that we can actually edit. Right, so when it comes to example this neck area, let me just hide the original layer, like so. When it comes to like the neck area here, we kind of want that chin to come over, like the dog has a chin, if you want to call it that. So it comes over like so. We kind of want the neck to kind of just warp itself into this neck area here, right? So what we'll do is select here with the lasso tool and just kind of do a selection here. Just go around it slightly, like so. Just going like that. And from there, because it's pixels that we're working with, press Ctrl T. But we won't just shrink it like we have here like that, because that will look really bad. We can actually just choose the warp tool and kind of play with the settings a bit. You have to be kind of careful because you don't want to be warping way too much. Otherwise, it'll look really, really bad. And you can just lower that. Get this here. Really depends on you. Get this over here like so. And we can see that some of that stuff is happening there. We're gonna fix that shortly. Right? Let's just see how it works out first. Right, so that would come in like so. This could probably come in a little bit more. And probably carry this out just a smidge more. Right, once that's set up, we just tick that part. We need to fix some areas here, like so, and kind of get this to just work inside here. So we do some cleanup with the spot healing brush, right? We just need to fix up the chin here, just like we do the acne cleanup. Let's choose a source point first to be the area that they work with, and we'll just work with that. And just plan that. Do a quick spot healing brush. You can always use a patch tool as well, which allows you to just select an area here and kind of just drag it to another place, putting a texture on there. Same thing over here as well. Just grab that, create a nice little texture there. Alright, we need to cut off this area now. So I'll just hit the mask button. Just mask it out. Let's just make sure that my brush isn't too hard, so that when I'm actually doing the cutout here, it doesn't look too bad. And let's do a thing like this and just come around the edge. Right, you get something more like that. Now right here needs to be cleaned up. We want this. We're going to assume that the neck is coming out in front of the color. So for that particular layer, we're just going to mask that out. Right, so just do a quick thing like that. Right. Assume that that dog neck is just coming out of the color like that. What you get is a dog that is a dog. Right? There's more things you can do to it. If you want to put some shades on him, you can. If you want to put some fur on the shoulders, maybe it's shedding. But that's how you do something else like that. Head could probably be bigger still, but that's how you do something like that. So thank you for watching. Good night.